So, first and foremost, I want to start by saying Barakatham, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah. And I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone, and shout out to the whole flesh, started 144,000, Shalom. All right, Lord willing, ain't gonna make this no long, we'll see where the Spirit leads us, right? But, Lord willing, titles, that's gonna be the same technology that the Lord gave them, right? Well, I should have said Esau. The same technology that the Lord gave Esau, right? He's going to use to destroy them, right? Going from the bombs, the IBM missiles, all of it, right? He allowed them to create those things, right? Because wise as a serpent, wise as a dove, right? The Most High is creative all this. It's His movie, right? And He allowed them to do these things just so, boom, it's going to be recompense right upon their head, right? So this book of Psalms, I got a few more precepts. Isaiah. We hit Isaiah and hit Job as well. Matter of fact, we start off in Job before I go read Psalms. Right, this is Job chapter 5 and verse 13 says, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, right? Because the things that they build, Esau seems like smart because the Most High allowed them to be there. The money, the power, things that they got. And as I was just looking at it, right, Albert Einstein, which is a German, right, was just from Germany, right, the team, because the Germans are the smartest of Esau, right? The Germans are the smartest of Esau, right? So he informed the U.S. on they over here building a bomb. He set the equation was like E equals MC2, but he set that equation, and the Oppenheimers was the one who funded the Manhattan Project. The Oppenheimers is one of those top banking families, man. That secret council, right? Isaiah 29:15, man. The ones who hide behind the scene, right? But ultimately, they think that nobody see what they got going on. And honestly, they think nobody see what they got going on or know what they got going on. But ultimately, we have the spirit of Habashin Haushah, and He revealed these things to us, right? The son of perdition, the son of destruction, right? They're being revealed, their ways, the things being revealed, understanding that the things that they build, right? These bombs, things and whatnot, these are the same things that the Most High gonna use to destroy them as well, man. Right? The IBM missiles hitting this place, right? Scripture say that this place is burning with favor and heat, man. What's gonna bring that favor and heat? Isaiah 34 talks about, that scroll, man, that mushroom cloud, right? It's like, excuse me, that nuclear bomb is that mushroom cloud, man. World War III, right? But in finished we saw he said he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the floor is carried headlong, right? So let's go right here. Let's go to Isaiah. Right, let's go to Isaiah 54 right quick before we go to Psalms, right? It's Isaiah 54 in verse 16. It says, Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. What is that waster? The waster is a missile, man. Right? I want to read my notes on this real fast, right? It's Luke 17:29. And I want to go to it so I can show you. It's Luke 17:29, right? It's going into, Sodom and Gomorrah being destroyed, right? Right? It says, but the same day that Lot that went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone, right? And from the heaven and destroyed them all, right? So going back to Isaiah, right? Because in Genesis 19, you can read about it more, right? Sodom and Gomorrah it rained fire and brimstone on them, man, right? So going back here, right? It's Isaiah 54:16 says, Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, that bringeth forth the instruments for his work. I have created the waster to destroy. Right? So he allowed Esau, he put that, Most High put that knowledge and that understanding on Esau, allowed him to create these things. Because these are the same things, IBM, these nuclear bombs, these things that's going to destroy this place and make this place desolate, man. Right? So this is, I got some notes right here, right? So we just read Luke 17:29. Back then, the Most High split the atom in the atmosphere, and there was a nuclear blast that came upon the people, right? Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Fire and brimstone. But now the Most High put the spirit on the scientists, man. Albert Einstein, what when the German, right? He said because they wiser than Daniel, the king of Tyrus couldn't make no missile, right? So the blacksmiths became rich, right? Because they was making swords and spears and bows and arrows in the ancient world. But now you got the scientists that create these bombs, these wasters, these missiles, and the Most High put the spirit on them to be able to do these things, man. That's why you seen Trump. He was so boastful and prideful. What that post say? Where he was like, I don't know, brother seen it, but he was like, like basically when the feud first started with like Israel, Iran, and whatnot in America, he was telling like, hey, America got the top weaponry, man. We got the top bombs and all these things, right? Because Most High put the spirit on them to allow them to create these things, and eventually it's gonna lead them to World War III. It's eventually gonna be the, this place has been falling, but this is gonna be the key point in this place going down, man. World War III. You got Yahweh Shai gonna come as well, man, and this place is gonna be made desolate, right? So going from there, right? I'm gonna go to Psalms. We're gonna start at verse 12. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna be back and forth in the NLT. Right, so this Psalm 17, verse 12, it says, "Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world; they increase in riches." So we know who that is, right? So Esau, Edom, right? Because when you read on up, or when you go up, right? It talk about the ones who, in verse 5, talk about the ones who are not troubled as other men, right? Because Jake see Esau lifestyle and see the riches and see the things that they got, man. You see the money, you see the power that they have, and Jake feel like he need that, he want that, right? But for one, Jake gotta understand we under the curses. The two, this not our kingdom. We supposed to endure the suffering. We supposed to endure the hardship. Because if you understand what 2 Peter 3 said, right? If you 2 Peter 3 at verse 10, right? Verse 10 on down, right? I'm really paraphrasing, right? It's going into this place gonna be burnt with fervent heat. This place, everything and all the works in it gonna be burnt up, right? If you know all these things gonna be destroyed and burnt up, what type of life you think you should live? You think you should be worried about chasing money, cars, clothes, all these things? No, because all this place is gonna be destroyed, right? So back in verse 12, right, it says, "Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world; they increase in riches. Verily, I have cleansed my heart in vain and washed my hands in innocence." Right? It says, "For all the day long I have been plagued and chastised every morning." Right? Because they seeing, right? We get up, work, we go do these things. They see these things and they get hurt. Right? I read this verse in 14. It says, "I get nothing but trouble all day. Every morning brings me pain." Right? Because this is hell for us, man. We going through hardship down here. Right? Jake working. Jake got to get up every morning, go to work, all this thing. We going through pain down here. You see Esau, they born in rich family, what that Psalm 17, right? Leave their substance to their babies. They born rich things and whatnot because this is their birthright. This is the fact. So they get the facts of the earth, man. Right? But that's why the scriptures tell you to endure the suffering. Right? Think it not strange. Once again, think it not strange. When you going through these things, that's how you know the spirit of Yahweh Shai is on you. Because did not Yahweh Shai face these things? Did not it's Yahweh Shai made himself no reputation. Scripture say, made himself the form of a servant, man. Right? Did not the prophets face these things? Right? It says, verse 15 says, "If I say I will speak this, behold, I should offend against the generation of thy children." Right? When I thought to know this, it was too painful for me, right? And I'm reading this in the start of 15 NLT. It said, "If I had really spoken this way to others, I would have been a traitor to your people." So I tried to understand why the wicked prospered, but what a difficult task it was, right? You seeing these things, you seeing how they prosper, right? You seeing what's going on, right? It says, "Until I went to the sanctuary of Yahweh, they understood their end," right? You see this, right? And it hit me in the spirit as I'm reading this, man. Because the people see a lifestyle, they see the things that they got, they see how powerful it is, they see America with the power of these bombs. America go bomb somebody, things and whatnot, right? America prideful, they boastful, right? They walk around and they walk around with that prideful spirit, man, and haughtiness, right? Matter of fact, I'm reading verse 8, right? It says they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily, right? Lofty is just prideful, haughtiness, right? It says they set their mouth against the heavens and their tongue walketh through the earth. Therefore his people return hither, and the waters are full of cup are run out to them. right? I read this in verse 9, right? It says, they boast in the NLT, they boast against the very heavens, and their words struck throughout the earth, and so the people are dismayed and confused, drinking in all their words, man, right? You know, cause think about it. And this made me think of what is that Psalms? It's like Proverbs 21. It's like Proverbs 12:21, right? You know, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way the wicked seduce them, because that's the lifestyle that Esau professes. That's the lifestyle that you got to get rich, you got to get this and that. You got that's the lifestyle they profess, man. But they're not trouble as other people. They don't have these problems with other people, man, because we're under the curses, right? This is not our homeland. This is not our homeland. This place is not for us. You're not supposed to have no good lifestyle here, right? It says, and so the people are dismayed and confused, drinking out their word. And this is what I want to get to right here. It says, what does Yahweh know? They ask. Does the Most High know does the Most High even know what's happening? And that's how they run around. Isaiah 29:15, man. That's how they act, right? They think that the Most High don't see things they got going on, right? Psalms 50 Psalms 50:21 talk about, just because Most High kept his silence, they think that he wanted them, right? They think it's all good. They think it's all good and games, man. They ain't worried about nobody. They got pride in their weapon. They got these things, right? So going back down here to verse 17 in the NLT, right? It says, then I went into your sanctuary, O power, and I finally understood the destiny of the wicked. Because if you understood that's other place, what 2 Peter 3, verse 10 on down, if you understood how this place is going to be destroyed, all this shit is temporary, right? He said, truly, you put them on a slippery path and send them sliding over the cliff to destruction, right? He said, in an instant, they are destroyed, completely swept away by terrorists, man. And how you think that's going to happen, right? Going back to what I was just reading before I even came to this lesson. What I was reading about, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. What happened when they dropped those bombs on there? Instantly, man. It was terrorists, man. Shadows being left out there, people's skin being burnt out through the radiation, all that, man. Right? It was instantly. And that same thing that's gonna happen to Esau Edom, right? But the Most High, he's the creator, he's the author of it. He's the author of this movie. He wrote it this way, right? He let them create all these things. He let them create all these bonds and all these things and whatnot, right? And there's gonna be the same things he used to destroy them, right? Psalm 73:17, it's like verse 18 again, right? It says, truly you put them on a slippery path, right? They slipping out. They don't even understand what's going on because they walk on in darkness. They'll never ever understand it, right? Let me think of, matter of fact, I should go to it. Yeah, we'll go to it. Let me think of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, man, right? Verse 4, right? Because we understand, right? Their Lord comes a thief of the night, right? So this verse 4, right? It says, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that the day should overtake you as a thief, because we seen the signs, right? When the prophets and the disciples ain't asking Yahushua, when the kingdom will restored, when the end of this world come, really paraphrasing, right? Yahushua let them know, like, prophecy, these things gonna come to pass. That's why he said that's why we discern the time. We discern the times, right? Through the signs of one that we see, through the prophets that we see going on, right? Because we through the spirit of Yahushua, we have the prophets and they prophesy, right? They prophesy meaning, hey, these things will come to pass, and when we see these things come to pass, we know we getting closer and closer to our salvation, man, right? So we're not walking on the darkness. We're walking on the light. How about Yahushua? Because our path, we able to see and discern the things going on. See Jake, they walking on the path. They walking after Esau, because the Most High already said it. And what is that? Psalms 82. They walk on the darkness, man. Right? The earth is out of its course because Esau got everything turned around. Esau know they got going on, man. Esau don't understand that the things they're doing is the Most High, the left hand spirit of the Most High dealing with them, man. They think they prideful. They think the Most High on their side. They think they doing God righteous work, which they not. They doing the Most High's work, right? But they doing it on the left hand side. They doing the evil part. That's why all the evil they doing is gonna be recompensed unto them. That's why He allowed them to create the bombs. That's why He allowed them to create these things, right? It says, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that the day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all the children of light and the children of day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others. Let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night. And they that be drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, for in the helmet the hope of salvation. For Yahweh hath appointed us, it's like for Yahweh had not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach, man. Because now we able to see and we understand that we're going to be delivered, man. We understand in this time of trouble we're going to be delivered, man. Right? With Joel chapter 3, right? I started verse 2, right? It says, I will gather together all nations and will bring them to the valley of Josaphat. Yahweh Shaphat, man. Yahweh, He's going to judge them, right? He said, I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. They have cast lots for my people. Cast lot means sold us into slavery. And have given boy for an harlot and sold girl for wine, that they might drink. Yeah. And what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? If ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, I will return a recompense upon your own head. Right? He said, because ye have taken my silver and my gold and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. That's what it say, because we understand who Tyre and Zidon is. That's the Africans, man. The Hamites, Palestine's Hamite. Zidon, the son of Canaan, the Canaanites. Both are Hamites, Africans, right? These are Africans, right? That's what it say, because ye have taken my silver and my gold and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah, right? Deuteronomy 28:68, and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians. Right? So who's those people getting sold into slavery? Who's those people getting sent into slavery, man? That's who? Hebrew Israelites, because the Greeks and the Romans, who are they? Not the ancient Greeks who were Japhites, right? Talking about the Edomite Greeks, man. Right? Who was sold into slavery into the Greeks, man. Right? We were sold into slavery into the Edomites, man. Right? But it said the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold unto the Grecians, that he might remove them far from the border. Right? You don't see it, man. The Edomites who took over the Grecians and took they self, man. Right? It says, behold, I will raise them up out of the place where ye have sold them, which is over here in America, right? And will return your recompense upon your own head, man. So this is going to come right back on them, right? And I'm going to go to the Amos 1:9 real fast. Right? It said, this is the Lord Yahweh, but 3 transgressors of Tyrus, and 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they delivered up the whole captivity to Edom. Right? Because the Greeks and Romans are Edomites, and remember not the brotherly covenant. I will send a fire on the wall of Tyrus, which shall devour the places thereof. This is the Lord Yahweh. For 3 transgressors of Edom, and 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with a sword, and did cast all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and kept his wrath forever. And that's why, right? That's what you gotta understand. Everything, the Most High finna recompense. The Most High finna recompense all that back into their head. That's why he allowed them, Isaiah 54, that's why he put the spirit on them, right? To build these bombs, to build these things. Because these are the same things that's finna come make this place desolate, man. Isaiah chapter 34. Right, the scriptures tell you, man, this place is going to burn with favor and heat. We know that the missiles, these bombs, the nuclear bombs, the ICBM missiles, they bring this type of heat, right? You got to think, Albert Einstein was a German, right? It's like Jeremiah 49 and 7, right? You know, Teeman, right? You know, Teeman is the smartest of the Edomites. They're Germans, man, right? And you understand that Albert Einstein gave them the equation of what's in the atomic bombs, man, right? And the Oppenheimers, what? Because Esau got tribes too, man. And the Oppenheimers, right? They the ones who funded that Manhattan Project to build this thing, right? Hey, it's all the Lord's will, right? Because why? He allowed them to create these things, right? Back in Psalms 73:18 again. Truly, you put them on a slippery path and send them sliding over the cliffs of destruction. That's why part of prophecy is the son of perdition being the man of perdition being revealed. Right? That's why America always gonna go into perdition ever since America been always at war, man. right? And World War III gonna take this place out, because right when it pop off, right, Yahweh Shai is gonna come back with the chariots and the angels. Yahweh Shai and the angels gonna fill the sky with the chariot and beam this place up and burn this place down, man. It's gonna be over with. It's gonna be desolate, man. So the Most High allowed them to build these things, right? He put them on that slippery path to build these things, right along to bring it right back on their head, man. Right? These bombs and all these things is gonna come right back on their head, man. Right? Verse 19, right, says, in an instant they are destroyed, completely swept away by terrorists. Right? And I'm back in KJV, verse 20. He said, as a dream when one awaketh, O Lord, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise their image. This my heart was grieved, and I was pricked in my reins. So fools was I ignorant, I was as a beast before thee. Right? He said, nevertheless, I am continually with thee, that hast hold me by my right hand. Thou shalt guide me with thy counsel, and afterward receive me to glory. Whom have I in heaven but thee? But there is none upon earth that I desire beside thee. My flesh and my heart faileth, but Yahweh is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. For lo, they that are far from thee shall perish. Thou hast destroyed all them that go a horn from thee. Right? I mean, in that you see, those who desert him will perish, for you destroy those who abandon you. But it is good for me to draw near to you, how I have put my trust in the Lord, Yahweh Shai, that I may declare all thy works, man. Right? You gotta understand. He's saying, man, when he came into the council of Yahweh Shai, and he seen the things that's gonna happen to Esau Edom, he started to understand he don't want the lifestyle of Esau Edom. He don't want the once again, if you go up, right, it says, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. He's seeing the lifestyle they have. He's seeing the things that they got. Why? Because the Most High put them in that position to do that. It's all part of the movie. He put Esau in a position so they can show the wicked, so they can show these things, and watch what he's going to do. Come, watch, bring that destruction on, reveal himself through destruction. These bombs and all these things that they feel they power in, the Most High is going to use that right back to destroy they have, and the people are going to know. Right? The Yahweh Shai is the one and almighty, man. You can't come against him, man. Right? So with that being said, Lord willing, the lesson was edifying and exalting, and I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honor unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shout out to the whole flesh, starting with the 144,000.